of salt and pepper. A similar case occurred for another rabbit back in 2009, shortly after they purchased a punching bag from China. After sustaining a disappointingly small number of punches, the bag is split, revealing what it had been filled with. Trash. Yep, literal garbage was spilled all over the floor of their garage. For this deceptive form of recycling, not mentioned in the product description, the company had acquired all sorts of random shredded junk and used it in place of the proper padding. That likely made it super cheap to produce, as did the clearly inferior quality of the plastic fabric holding the whole thing together. All in all, it was an awful punching bag, but a slightly better pinata. While that punching bag may have been pretty useless in its intended
punching bags
before disintegrating, this kickball, from China, was arguably worse. While the text on its surface labeled it as kickball, the back of the ball also had written on it in tiny text, for kicking. Talk about false advertising. Maybe this company makes other products like chewing gum that's not for chewing, or groups that aren't made for walking.
Ang bidang remote try.
Hilariously dumb earphones, another of China's finest, which claim to have Bluetooth functionality while also never needing to be charged. How's this possible? Well, because they require being plugged into the iPhone to use. Now, you may assume these are simply standard wired headphones with a fake Bluetooth label to increase sales, but it's even better. These earphones actually have to be a Bluetooth. The cable's there for power supply only. But seeing as Bluetooth audio quality, which is transferred via radio waves, is almost always inferior to audio from direct cables, these always plugged-in insults to the audio industry are the worst of both worlds. But hey, at least they can claim the title of Bluetooth earphones that are charge. From useless products, now we move to unbelievably wasteful packaging. Various examples of this have been shared online, like this tiny micro SD card, for which the standard packaging was already unnecessarily large, but the shipping box was simply ridiculous. The same can be said for this box, which looks like it had been hastily and lazily stuffed with packing paper to transport this tiny bottle of nail polish. While this seems ridiculous, and it arguably is, this kind of ridiculously oversized packaging has to do with the shipping company's automated systems. When the system operates, the transport van won't be filled up enough to stop packages sliding around and damaging the products inside. You package smaller items in larger boxes to fill the gaps. So, technically, it's in the interest of the customer, but it doesn't change how viral-worthy it is to receive so much more cardboard packaging than you need. But not all unnecessary packaging is justified. One Reddit user, for example, all of this packaging. As nice as the thank you card is, it's hardly necessary, and neither is the rest of the excess card, paper, or plastic bagging. Even worse is this, which comes in non-recyclable plastic packaging 12 times its size. While this may be a theft prevention measure, reusable theft prevention boxes do exist, and would be a much more alternative. The company should certainly consider it because this much wasted plastic isn't just lame, it's lamer. The same excuse of theft prevention is used for these teeth whitening strips, which take up an unbelievably small percentage of the space inside the box. I can't help feeling like the size of the box may also have something to do with making customers feel like they're getting their money's worth, given that this box costs an eye-watering $50. But if you want to avoid having bad teeth, you could just eat these Chinese strawberry-flavored cotton candy snacks to satisfy your sweet tooth. Sounds counterintuitive, I know, but you won't need to worry too much about the sugar content because when you open the packet up, you soon realize how little you actually get inside. Infuriatingly, there's only just enough to fit in the packaging's window. The rest of the intentionally oversized packaging is nothing but plastic, clearly intended to trick potential buyers into thinking they get more for their money. The manufacturers of this novelty-sized tube of Warhead sour candy, meanwhile, didn't even bother to fill its empty space with anything else. Instead, the manufacturers simply filled the tube up to the letter E and deemed it enough to justify that extra long packaging. It seems the candy is only a fraction as sour as the people who make it. Equally scandalous is the inside of this sweet icy pastry from
Nagliho
Eastern
ka
Europe,
mo?
which couldn't be more disappointing when compared to the generous filling advertised on the packaging. Let's just hope that was a manufacturing error in China.
Ang kanang
The
ice ni
packaging
ice ba
of
siya
this
tanan mo?
banana-flavored milk, meanwhile, is most definitely not
Ako'y
a
time-lapse.
manufacturing error. In fact, the packaging has been specifically designed to mislead people into thinking they're getting a full cup's worth of milk. But all is revealed when the cup is turned upside down or emptied out, revealing it was only 2/3 full to begin with. With a tinted top, this shameful deception leaves a very bad taste in your mouth. You better hope the banana flavor is worth it. But despite the quantities of those products being abysmally low, at least you get some. That wasn't the case with the unfortunate customer who purchased a personal pizza from Subway. After seeing tasty-looking adverts like these, what they actually received, however, looked more like someone had tried to mop up old curdled milk with a tortilla. On the bright side, at least after seeing that, they probably don't anymore. But it's not just in food and drink products that this type of misleading design is used. An almost identical tactic is used in a lot of skincare and hygiene products. Take this brand new bottle of gel face wash, for example. It looks like you're getting a good-sized bottle of this stuff, until you tear the label off and see what it's hiding. The bottle's actually only half full. But the
Oh,
oversized
Garnier.
container is designed to make you feel like
Booking
you're
ang
getting more
Garnier.
value for your money. You spend more than you might on a smaller bottle. Similar instances of companies using labels to cover up empty space that consumers would reasonably assume to be filled with more of the product are often found in shady packaging, like these razor packs, whose label hides the empty slots where you might assume extra replacement heads would be. The worst part is, both products actually have the spaces in their plastic storage cases for more replacement heads. Though I guarantee if you ask the company for their official stance on the matter, it goes something like, "We want customers to be able to bring their own replacements." After all, we know and respect how important independence is. It sounds pretty reasonable, right? We've seen a lot of awfully designed products aimed at adults, and even children encounter their fair share of devilish designs. Like the girl who asked her parents to buy her this sizable-seeming swimming pool for summertime. The fun face of taking it out of its packaging and seeing how small it actually was just says it all. False advertising is one surefire way to give a kid trust issues. Other bad designs aimed at kids, meanwhile, just wind up being plain disturbing. Like this Pokemon backpack, which looks perfectly fine from this angle, but when multiple of these cute plush toys were presented on a store shelf, they ended up looking more like Pokemon protagonist Ash had undergone a Kim Kardashian-level butt enlargement surgery. I mean, if you've got it, flaunt it, but maybe not in the kids' aisle. Even more likely to traumatize kids, though, is this nightmare-inducing Dora the Explorer ride at a fairground. I doubt many kids would enjoy the idea of their favorite cartoon adventurer having her back scooped out for them to sit inside. Ugh, who did this to you, Dora? Who did this? Sometimes, though, the full weirdness of bad design aimed at children is only apparent to adults. And that's the case with this slide, which most kids probably see as a simple source of fun, while adults would probably feel uncomfortable crawling into a giant statue's rear end. I sure hope it's clean in there. But that slide is far from the worst example. Lighthearted characters used as a way to make everyday things a little more fun that went terribly wrong. That title falls into this absolute crime against humanity found at a roller skating rink, which is intended to look like Superman is holding up a water fountain. Unfortunately, that's not all of the good stuff, but I'll leave it to your imagination to figure out how this might be perceived as inappropriate.
Tangan pa
The
mong
only thing
litit.
more embarrassing than being seen
Tangan
near
mong
that
litit.
monstrosity would be being caught in public wearing these jeans. With a bleached and dyed effect running up the outside of the leg, it seems the designers neglected to consider what the inner leg would look like when left in the jeans' original dark color. Look, I know high fashion is all about pushing boundaries, but I refuse to believe the "I just keep my pants chic" is in this year. Given that bad badly designed attire back into the dresser now, it's time to take a look at some of the more devious designs of all. Misleading price cards. I'm referring to the big, bold text you see printed and hung inside and outside stores, intended to lure you into a purchase. They seem to promise bargains, only on closer inspection, you find the real truth. Usually some kind of catch hidden in small print. Like this sign, for example. Everything 99 cents sounds amazing until you see it actually says everything 99 cents and up or less. That hilariously vague choice of words means literally every price can be covered from 1 cent to $1 million and beyond. At least they covered all bases. Similarly, this parking garage in Los Angeles seemed to offer a pretty good deal with $4 parking. Though still expensive, in a major city, it's not a terrible price per hour. But of course, it wasn't per hour. The teeny, tiny small print on closer inspection revealed that they were charging $4 every 10 minutes. Given that the text was so small it was unlikely to be spotted by motorists looking for a space, the designer responsible for this has truly earned their place in hell. What's the most unfriendly or just plain bad piece of design you've ever encountered? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching.
Na mga mabulok pa.
Ay, tugutan na sila sa kuan. Media nga inang.
Ha?
Ay, tugutan na sila sa media ka ng mamubukin nila.
Uy, wala man ni restriction. Pataka malang ka.
Kasi restriction.
Wala man ni limitations ang kuan. Social media. Ang challenge raman na is how to filter the information nga mahatag. Mabita ng mga tanawon sa bata i-filter jud na nagiingon nga parental guardian. Okay.
Ang kumpanya ba masiraan?
Dili po kakakuan kay naman po na sa kanang consumer rights nga dili nimo pwede i-mislead ang customer.
At ngayon po ay Mayo na. Wow, magkakalating taon na. Actually, kalating taon na.
Di nimo pwede i-mislead ang consumer mo nang ila jud na butang $4 pero dili ka limit ang law kung unsaon nila pagbutang dako ba or gamay ba.
Ay mga tayo sa mga may-ari ng airline na magpag-usap sa atin. Kung kami tayo pakinggan natin yung reklamo ng mga
Ray tabangi mo mamuray og video ray. Ya basig di na pud na nimo tagaan si Tonton ha. Ana,
Yes po. Kita lang yung design mama. Kung silang bumuka.
napisat ra na.
Burot nga na itong skip.
Napisat lagi pagda.
Ibigay lang po yung separation pay namin, that's it. Half na nga lang.
Reklamo daw kasi sila eh.
Yun lang po yung gusto namin, makakuha lang po talaga yung separation pay. Both captains, cabin crew, and ano pala, ground staffs. Lahat po.
So, pinangako po sa inyo yung separation pay noong December pa na kalahati ng ibigay. And yet, umayag kayo, and yet up to now.
I-video ray ba ang giluto ni mamo niya? Tabangi pud siya magluto.
Bakit daw po nga?
Wala daw po silang funds. Yun yung sinasabi. I-email naman po na nila kami. Yun po, sinasabi wala daw po silang pondo. Pero grabe po sila mag-marketing and all. Marami nga po silang sponsor na ini-sponsor na artista. Tapos kami po hindi kami mabigyan ng separation pay.
Tama! Correct! Tumpa! O nga
Lahat
naman.
naman, kita naman po sa media, nakikita po yung commercials nila, dami po nilang ni-sponsoran ng mga artista, may kasal pa nga po sila.
Tama mga electric pa
Yes,
naman.
malaki pong ginabayad nilang video po sa endorsement fee sa mga kilalang celebrities. And yet, doon po sa separation pay para sa kanilang mga empleyado na naging kuba na halos sa pagtatrabaho at talang kalabaw sa kanila, wala silang binibigay kapalit na pakonsuelo. Eto, nasa linya telepono si Steve Dailisan, Air Asia Philippines spokesperson. Mr. Dailisan, magandang umaga po sir.
Good morning po, Idol Rafi, at saka good morning po sa lahat ng mga kasama natin mga all-stars na nasa programa ngayon.
Sir, pumayag na nga sila, kalahati na lang po ng kalang separation pay ang tatanggapin nila. This was back in December pa. Ngayon po, May na, 6 months na, wala pa rin. Anyari, sir?
Idol Rafi, ganun din, gusto muna natin bigyan ng context din itong sitwasyon. Alam naman natin na yung airline industry talaga yung isa sa pinaka-tigit na tinamaan itong pandemya, and hanggang ngayon talagang pumasok tayo ulit ng ECQ, MECQ. So yung flights natin talagang limitado. So, ang ginagawa ng AirAsia, nabanggit kanina ng ating Taco All-Star, no, na talagang